All right. From the Buck Studios. That's right. You heard me right. From the Buck Studios in the Sentinel Adobe corridor. It's a special edition of Sports Stories with Denny Lennon. It's the 2021 AAU Beach Volleyball Update. We're going to update you on our national events, on both the national championships, the Junior Olympics, and we're also going to bring in a very special guest who's been one of our biggest supporters for almost 25 years. No, really, true. You heard me say it right. I did call it the Buck Studios. We should let everybody know we have renamed what was the 7428 studio after the most loyal of all dogs, Buck Magic Lennon, who we lost at the end of last year. So here we are at the Buck Studios. Okay, we got plenty of information to give everybody. So let's not wait. Let's shoot on over from the Sentinel Adobe corridor to Hollywood, California, where we bring in the commissioner of Junior Beach Volleyball, the one and only Gino Grajeda. Hello, Commissioner Grajeda.
Good afternoon.
I thought it was always night in Hollywood, but apparently the sun does shine there.
But there's a song after Hollywood Nights, Bob Seger.
That's right, Gino. Gino, a country awaits. We want to get our information out there as it relates to our big national events. But first, I want to look backwards a little bit. We had a big challenge last year in 2020 at getting any events off. I mean, it was a crazy year, but somehow, some way, AAU Beach Volleyball figured out a way to run the national championships and the Junior Olympic Games. So why don't you recap a little for me?
Well, we were in Hermosa Beach for the national championships, and we delayed that by a month from July to August. And we later found out that no activities were being held. We were able to move that event to the Chula Vista Elite Athlete Training Center, which is a U.S. Olympic training venue in Chula Vista, California, and schedule that event in late August on 6 courts over about a 3-week period. And the competition was high. So a lot of good teams came out to California for that event with no spectators, coaches and athletes only, and live streaming of the competition. And as far as the West Coast Junior Olympic Games, that was moved from Santa Monica to Florida to the main AAU Junior Olympic Games in Cocoa Beach. So we need to keep that as part of the multi-sport event. The event took place last week of July, which is the exact same time frame for this year. So we're glad to be back, and the West Coast JO game is back in California again.
All right, beautiful. And yeah, the fact of the matter is, I think we may have been the only organization that figured out a way to stay continuous, run our big national events. And so it's nice that our Junior Olympic Games, if not our national championships, have maintained and have that nice long run. And like you mentioned, the level of play was really high. It was good stuff. All right, everybody's got to know. It was, right? Okay, everybody's got to know what's up for 2021. There's all kinds of speculations out there in the marketplace, but I think we've kind of locked down. We know what our plan is. So why don't you tell us about 2021?
The most accurate information is we will be in Southern California, either Los Angeles County or Orange County. So there's no need to reroute your plane flights to another metropolitan or Florida or Las Vegas or anyone else we've been. So we will be in Southern California. We're working through the guidelines with both Los Angeles County and the city of Hermosa Beach to get the final approvals. There's been some rumor that out-of-state residents are not allowed, and that currently is for local tournaments. So we're working through that for the July events. So the dates for the Junior Olympic Games, the West Coast version, will be the last week of July, either in Hermosa Beach or Orange County. The national championships, which precede that is the open event that's been going on for 28 years. That is also scheduled for Hermosa Beach. If we need to move that to Orange County, there'll be a slight date adjustment, 2 days back, but the venue in Southern California will remain the same.
Okay, Mr. Commissioner, we got it. Hey, breaking news.
What?
All right, what you're watching, everybody, was yesterday. Today, May 14, 2021, it's been decided we're going to Orange County, California with the AAU Beach Nationals, and the West Coast Junior Olympic Games will be in Huntington Beach, California. All the information right here. So this is brand new information. AAU Beach Volleyball Nationals and the West Coast Junior Olympic Games in Huntington Beach, California. Let's do this.
Pack your bags. Let's go.
And hopefully by mid-June, mid-July, there may be even less restrictions that we're not currently aware of. But we're still working through those right now. And we'll put out any requirements that they needed if they are required for both Los Angeles County or Orange County to make sure everyone's up to date. And we want everyone to come back to Southern California again.
Gino, the qualifying process for the Junior Olympics, the West Coast Junior Olympic Games, that was pretty much remains the same. Anything you want to speak to on the qualification process?
We understand there are less qualifying events this year. More are being added as we go. The advantage of the event is late July. So some event operators have not scheduled their events as of yet. So even early July events can advance teams for that competition. So there will be the same amount of, probably not the same amount of qualifiers, but the level of play should be high enough. Even the national championship is a bid event into the JO games.
Great. Well, now, I was somewhat excited to shoot it over to Hollywood, but I see you all the time. But I don't get to see this guy all the time. And Gino, you and I have a soft spot in our heart for one of the legends of beach volleyball, and that's Bruce White in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was there with us from virtually the start. I mean, we started, with junior beach volleyball in '94, and it wasn't long after we had a satellite event out there in New Orleans. I even remember, Bruce, as we bring you in, I even remember playing part of our event on the grass when we joined along with the Sunkist Tour and AVP, and we still figured out a way to rotate the kids onto the sand because you fought for us. So you've always had our back, Bruce. Welcome in.
Thank y'all very much. Good to see you guys. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Bruce, one of the touch points I've always talked to Gino about, I said, there's just those highlights where we go, wow, here's when we started, here's our big first event and stuff. But one of the ones that always stands the test of time was 2005, and it was the Junior Olympic Games, and we had them with you in New Orleans, and we had multiple states and even Puerto Rico represented. It was awesome event, and it really just kind of lit the fire.
Well, that was one of my favorite of all my junior events because we did have such a great draw from all around the country. And, a lot of my local tournaments, I've seen most of the kids. But in this one, wow, I'm sitting there going, I don't know these people. How do I see them? And it was fun. And you had all the different states that, like one mom was like, oh, your ref is calling way too tight. And the other mom was like, well, why aren't y'all calling anything? But, that was fun. And I really enjoyed that tournament.
Well, it's since that time as the Junior Olympics became the West Coast Junior Olympics and found their spot in Southern California permanently, you've continued to send top-notch talent that's come out and made a little noise at either nationals or our Junior Olympic Games. And that was whether you're at Coconut Beach or the facility you're at now, which is called White Sands. But you always seem to find a way out of your qualifier to send some top level talent out our way.
Well, the players, they love the opportunity to travel and to go play the better players. And, one of the girls that qualified at one of our events was Kristen Nuss. She went on out there. That was one of her, I think, the first really big national tournament that she played in as a junior. Goes on over to LSU, ends up being the national team of the year. Mm-hmm. And I think she won 139 collegiate matches and won her last 44 matches in a row or something like that. So, y'all gave her the foothold to get going on her career.
Yeah, it is. Gino, you could speak a little bit to that. I mean, I would say that the West Coast Junior Olympic Games that we host probably have the biggest collection of college coaches that are attending.
Absolutely. And we see that. We see high level competition all the time, but that particular event is even at a next level beyond nationals because every team who's there earned a bid from somewhere to play in that event. And New Orleans not only hosted the 2005, they hosted another JO games later in the season as well, down the road. So we asked Bruce, who's one of the hosts within the JO games atmosphere that always drew larger than any other city we've been in, other than Southern California. New Orleans was the #1 site that teams wanted to go to.
Now, at your new facility here, that at least new to me, that you're at White Sands, that's also the home of the Tulane Green Wave beach volleyball team. Is that right, Bruce?
That's right. They practice, probably 7-8 months out of the year. They'll do the fall season there, and then they they just finished their spring season at the end of April. They practice, 3-4 days a week, and it's been fun because I get to go out there and I'm watching how these girls get to improve. And a lot of times when you see a team that one day, of an event, you don't really know what they actually accomplished, during the last month of practice. And this has been fun, and I've got to know the girls, and there's girls from all around the country, and even one of the girls that won our championship at 12s in New Orleans in 05. She just graduated from Tulane, and it was really fun to remember her from winning as a small junior, and then ended up at Tulane and at my facility, years later.
Wow, that's so cool to see them move on like that. We'll touch on that just a little bit later, but let's first hit on, you got a qualifier for the Junior Olympic Games. It's coming up May 22 and 23. May 22 for the girls qualification, May 23 if I'm not right, if I'm right, for the boys at your facility, correct?
That's correct. I'm glad to see that you're doing your homework, buddy. The Saturday the 22nd is girls, and Sunday the 23rd is the boys.
And well, one of the problems we ran into, or that happens around the country just every now and then, is whether it's counter programming or just somebody not paying attention. Another group, the 1440 group, they're actually running an event in New Orleans, and it would be nice if there was an opportunity for all of the players in your area to play in both events. But after, they put up their information after, and so that creates somewhat of conflict.
Well, I really was actually, I've got a couple of text messages and talking to the guys that are putting it on, and I even make a suggestion. Hey, how about we do girls one day and you do the boys, and vice versa? And I don't know if it'll end up being corrected, but if not, then you have to make your decision on where do you want to play and what hopefully event you're going to qualify for. And I'm trying to tell my players, hey, let's go to the granddaddy of them all, the AAU at Hermosa Beach. That's by far the best bid that anybody can get.
Well, I think we all three of us paid attention, and it was such a great broadcast, the NCAA's that came off this past weekend for collegiate beach volleyball. And I mean, Gino and I quickly noticed, and I'm sure you noticed, Bruce, there was an awful lot of accolades that were being thrown out about AAU winners, whether that was talking about Triple Crown winners or whether they, runner up in the Junior Olympics and the like. And so, I mean, I think you could tell what the players use to put on their resumes. You could tell what coaches look at. You can certainly tell what the broadcasters look at.
Well, one of the broadcasters was Holly McPeak,
Yeah.
and I know, that she's has been part of the AAU program and talking about it, and she had one of the most brilliant careers of anybody.
Yeah, she was okay.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
she was all right.
UCLA winning the side change. Sparks and Van Winkle grew up playing together. You see them in high school winning the Triple Crown, which is prestigious on the beaches of California.
Yeah, they were the first team to do that, winning the Best of the Beach, AAU Nationals, and AAU Junior Olympics. It's not often you have that much chemistry and connection with your partner before you get to college.
And then they get to go to college with one of their best friends and then get to compete on the biggest stage.
Hey, Gino, so they talked on the NCAA broadcast. They talked about a team that had achieved the Triple Crown of AAU beach volleyball. What's the Triple Crown, Gino?
The Triple Crown is if you win all three majors in the same year. And we had an unusual situation where Abby Van Winkle and Lindsay Sparks, when they were 16, won the national championships, won the West Coast AAU Junior Olympic Games, and also won the AAU Best of the Beach. We've had several teams win 2 in 1 year, but never 3 in the same season. Only 3 athletes the entire AAU timeline have accomplished that in a single season. The third being Zana Muno, another UCLA grad who did it 2 years prior. But the 3 majors gets that Triple Crown ring. and are recognized as some of our top elite athletes. And they just happen to be paired up again. They were junior pairs back when they were 16. Now they're collegiate teammates at UCLA, back together again.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Zanamuno, when she did it, she got recognized in Sports Illustrated as the groundbreaker, the first ever Triple Crown winner. So again,
and with that, Denny, Zanamuno won the AAU Junior Olympic Games in New Orleans.
Oh, right. Oh, well done. I was going to say she won it with 3 different partners too.
She did, and as well as that,
which was unique.
Yes,
which was unique. So Bruce, if they're playing at White Sands on May 22, they can qualify to go out to Hermosa Beach, the Williamsport, Pennsylvania, if you will, the Mecca of beach volleyball. But if they play across town, they're going to have to head on over to Tavares or whatever in the 1440 championship.
I don't know where. I know it's in Florida, and I don't know if somebody would rather have some place they could drive. Then it's a little hard to drive to Hermosa from here, but it's an easy flight. I've done it a lot of times.
and I think in the 1440, they have a full program. It's yoga and music and diet as well as volleyball. So like you don't get any free time. Like basically they schedule you, I think, every minute of every day. So, out in Hermosa, you just got to be on time for your games and play, and then you can have some fun.
Well, you're talking above my pace grade. I'm not sure what all the P1440 is doing, but I know what AAU is doing, and I know the 20 years that I've been involved with y'all, and I'm sure it's more than that.
Yeah.
And hopefully, Denny, it's a few more years before I decide to say it's retirement time.
Well, I noticed in my notes here, it says 70 years of beach volleyball programming. Oh, wait. Oh, you're almost 70 years old. Got it. But I do know, Bruce, that you recently have hit the 1,000 mark as a tournament director. Like you have been a tournament director for 1,000 beach volleyball tournaments.
Last September,
wow.
I reached that goal, and people are like, "How did you do that?" And I just tell them I'm real old.
Now I had Gino send you out a jacket. Did you get that?
No, not yet.
Gino.
Come on, Gino. What's this, man? I've been wearing it, man.
We got it working.
Yeah, we got to get you. We got to get you out there to commemorate that. So anything they need to know about your tournament, Bruce? Any specifics? We're certainly going to put up all the registration information and location. I'm sure everybody knows in town where you're at. But anything else you want everybody to know?
Hey, look, volleyball is doing great in the South. Yeah, the New Orleans area is doing great. All along the Gulf Coast, we were able to get a lot of games in during this pandemic, and nice outdoor venue, and everybody's been having a really good time, and we're looking forward to a great summer. We've got clinics scheduled for the juniors all through June and July, and tournaments. I've got summer leagues getting ready to start the first week of June, and we're going to have a great time. And we keep some of the rain off of the courts. I think we had 14 inches of rain this week at White Sands. So all that does is make a lot more work for me.
Yeah, but I will say this: you're always willing to do the work, and I mean, Gino and I were always so impressed. I remember we sat through what we felt like was a hurricane, but you locked all the doors. You said, "We're staying here till we finish this. This is a regional championship for qualification." So we knew you upheld the standard of the game, as well as made a fair competition all the time, and you always treat everybody like their family when they come to your place. And so that's why we've been so proud to just be associated with whatever you got going.
Well, the thing that I like about New Orleans is it's such a great destination. Yeah, we've got some good volleyball, but you've got some of the best food, some of the best entertainment, music, and everything that this city provides. And enjoy this town. I'm going to use the 43 years of experience that I've had in beach volleyball and outdoor volleyball to make the event the best I possibly can. And hopefully we'll maybe send the next Kristen Nuss
Yeah.
out to the Hermosa games.
Well, when we get around to launching the AAU Beach Volleyball Hall of Fame, you're going to be a first ballot guy, Bruce. No doubt about it. All right. Best luck to you. We'll make sure everybody knows where to register, and we look forward to some of these the New Orleans boys and girls making some noise out on the West Coast. So thank you, Bruce.
Hey, thank y'all. Enjoyed it. Talk soon.
All right. Thank you, Gino Grajeda from Hollywood, the commissioner, dropping in. Okay. There's your information. We got out everything we can to you as it stands right now. And so, look, May 22 and May 23, sign up for the White Sands and qualify if you're in that area. The rest of you, you can check out all our information, and you know where to go. It's been up on the screen. Okay. All right. We did what we did. Now, sadly, Buck's just going to have to kick it out on video, but we got him living there forever. Okay. We'll see you next time.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for listening to our AAU Beach Volleyball Update. We are doing a special giveaway for our AAU listeners of the show. All you have to do is press that subscribe button to SSDL YouTube, and you can be in the running to win a $250 gift card to East Bay.
Thanks for watching and listening. Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is produced by Christine Jinbo and me, Marley Rice. Directed by Chris M. Alport with studio support from Alpha Command Unit and shot by bad boy Bobby McCall.
Original music courtesy of Lennon Music Production and original images courtesy of Sienna Lennon Photography. A big thank you to all of our contributors. Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is a production of Sports Stories, Inc. You can find us on audio platforms everywhere and the High School Narrative iOS app. You can also view Denny's shows on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.
Make sure to press that subscribe button, give us a review, leave a comment. It will really help us grow the show.
Hey, you know what else would help us grow the show? Hustle on over to patreon.com/Denny Lennon to get some never-before-seen videos, pictures, interviews, and more.
We are all over social media and constantly sending out clips on Facebook, conducting fun polls on Twitter, going live on Instagram, and more.
To find all our social media links, hustle on over to sportstoriesdl.com.
SSDL proudly supports the My Stuff Bags Foundation and the Heroes Movement.
The My Stuffed Bags Foundation, with the help of thousands of people across the country, provides children in unfortunate situations with new belongings and new hope through its innovative My Stuffed Bags program. Heroes Movement is a nonprofit that bridges the gap from therapy to getting strong again through small group workouts for any veteran of the United States Armed Forces for free. Links to how you can support and help these foundations can be found on our website. We want to give a big thank you to our partners of the show.
So, as Coach Lennon would say, any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email me, Marley, at info@sportsstoriespodcast.com.
Sports Stories thanks all of our followers and listeners. And we will see you next time. Hey, thanks, Marley.
Thanks, Chris.
Sports Stories with Denny Lennon. Go link up to it. Link up to it. Sausage link.
Kick it out, Book.